Hello, I'm Liviu Balan, and today I will show you how to install a Linux Mint operating system inside a Linux Mint operating system using VirtualBox. Okay, so first you will have to download the Linux Mint operating system. For this you will go to Linux Mint official website, linuxmint.com. And from here you will select the download section, and if you want the same operating system that the one I'm using right now here, you will have to choose Cinnamon on 64 bits. As you can see here, based on your computer configuration and your preferences, you can choose another desktop distribution that suits your needs. The most popular, and the one that I'm using right now here, is Cinnamon on 64 bits. If you go to System Info on your computer, you'll see here Linux Mint Cinnamon 64 bits. Okay, click the 64-bit link, and here you will have to choose a download mirror based on your country location. I'm from Romania, so I will choose Romania and click this link. Here you will have to choose the save file and OK. I've already downloaded the VirtualBox ISO file. You can see here, you can see it here. And as a tip, you can download your operating system file, the ISO file, using the BitTorrent protocol. So if you click on this link, the default torrent client will open, in my case the transmission client, and will start to download Linux Mint. Okay, after you've downloaded your image file, you will have to go to VirtualBox. From the start menu I type VirtualBox. As you can see, I'm using VirtualBox version 5, and in VirtualBox I will choose the new button. Here you will have to type the name of your virtual operating system. Here I will choose Linux Mint Cinnamon 64-bit. It's a good idea when you name your virtual machine to use the name of your operating system, because based on your name, VirtualBox will autocomplete the type and version of your future operating system that you will install. And as you can see, the type is Linux based on Linux name, and version is 64-bit. I will click the next button. Here is the memory that your virtual machine will use. Here I will choose 1024 megabytes, meaning a gigabyte of RAM. Click the next button. Use the default create virtual hard disk to create a new one. Here I will use VDI, VirtualBox disk image, and you will have to choose how the size of your virtual hard drive will be filled, dynamic or fixed. Dynamic means that whenever you put something there, the size will increase. fixed is that you will have to choose the size of your hard drive, and it will remain like this. You can gain some performance here, but you will have to allocate that specific amount of size. Let the default like this, dynamic allocated. Click next, and here is the size of your hard drive that will be used. I will choose 20 gigabytes of hard drive because by default when you try to install Linux Mint you will have to have a minimum amount of hard drive free of 9.5 gigabytes. Here is the name of the file that you will use externally. By default, if you click on this link, VirtualBox will create a VirtualBox VMs inside your home folder, and here is will create folders for every virtual machine that you will create, and inside this folder there are files that VirtualBox will create. Okay, click create, and now that you've configured your machine, click the start button. Here you will have to choose your operating system file that will be used for installation. Mine is on the download folder. Click open and click start. Now the installation will start like you install it physically when you put a USB or a DVD inside your computer and restart it. Something like you set your BIOS or UEFI, put your USB or DVD inside your computer and restart your computer, and this is the installation of your operating system. But this is virtual and you will use it here. Okay, as you can see here, you will get some info. These two infos are from VirtualBox. This one is from your operating system. This is the auto capture mode, meaning that if you click here to go back inside your host operating system, I mean here on my desktop, you will have to click the right control on your keyboard. I will close this one, and this is an info about your mouse capture, your virtual machine. Close this one also and click on the Linux Mint install button. As you can see here, now you are on a live state of your operating system, of your Linux Mint operating system, meaning that you have your start button here. You can use your newly operating system, but this operating system is not installed on your hard drive. You can use it to find that if it suits your needs, but if you want to install it, you have to press this button and start the wizard installation. Here are some info from the Linux Mint operating system that is telling you that you have some problems with the video hardware acceleration and problem with the CPU because you are in a virtual state mode. Click on this bubble info to close it, and start the wizard installation. Here you have to choose the language that you will use. I will let the default to English. Click on the continue button, and there are some info here. As you can see, there is the info with the minimum amount of hard drive space that you have to have, and because I'm using 20 gigabytes of hard drive, it's okay. I'm connected to a power source and I'm connected to the internet. Click on the continue button, and here are some informations about how you can partition your hard drive, your virtual hard drive, in order to install your operating system. This button will act as default and do whatever is needed to install your operating system. This is encrypting your Linux Mint installation for security, and this one is using an LVM for the installation. We will use the latest option, something else, and here I will click the continue button. Next I will choose new partition table, and I will press the continue button, and here are my 20 gigabytes of hard drive that I've defined when I've created my virtual machine. Click on the plus sign, and here we'll create three partitions. The first one is for the /boot. Here are the files used when you start your computer, and for this mount point we will use 1024 megabytes, meaning a gigabyte of hard drive. Click OK. Next, click again on the free space and the plus sign, and choose 2048 megabytes for swap area. This storage is used from your hard drive when you run out of RAM. Is slow, but it works. Click OK, and for everything else click the plus button again and click on the mount point, the root of your file system, and click end of this space and OK. Next, click on install now. You will get an info here, meaning that after you press the continue button, the wizard will start writing on your hard drive, because until now you've just selected the options but nothing is written there. Click on the continue button, and next you will have to choose your current location. Based on my IP, as you can see, as you can saw, the Linux Mint operating system gives me a value, but I don't want that value, because based on your current location you will have your currency settings, your language, your keyboard and stuff like this. I want to use 100% English stuff, so I will choose New York. New York from United States, and click continue. Next I will choose my language, my keyboard layout. I will let it by default on English US. And next, here are my credentials that I will use whenever I will log into my computer. So your name, in my case Liviu Bolan, your computer name, I will put VirtualBox PC. My username, it's okay, it's generated based on my name, and I will choose a password. If you want that your computer will log in automatically inside your operating system, you will choose this button, login automatically. And if you want to encrypt your home folder, you will have to check this button. But I will let the default as is to require my password when I want to log in. Click continue, and the wizard is starting. Now the partition scheme is created, the data needed to run your operating system is written, the applications are installed, and stuff like this. As you will see, the installation of Linux Mint take a little time, like if you compare it to a Windows installation. And here inside your Linux Mint installation, you will see some info. As you can see here, there are some applications that are installed by default out of the box with your operating system, such as a browser, Firefox, a Flash player to see movies from YouTube, Java to run your apps using Java virtual machine, stuff like PHP Storm, and applications that are written in Java. This is one of the reasons that Linux Mint is cool and I have it on my PC, because you have a lot of applications out of the box that you don't have to install them, but only to configure them. And this is okay if you are a new guy on Linux and want to use a operating system that is user-friendly and you have all the stuff that you want on your newly operating system. As you can see here, you have some players that you will use to play some music or movies or see some images and stuff like this. VLC, the popular video player that you use on Windows, is also installed on Linux Mint. LibreOffice, that is a fork of the popular Office replacement from Oracle. And as you will see here, I will not pause the recording for the installation of your newly operating system. This works really fast. Here, as you can see, you have gthumb for opening your files, your pictures. You have Thunderbird for reading your emails, Pigeon, that is an application that you can use to connect to your Yahoo Yahoo Messenger, you have LibreOffice, you have a PDF reader. So most of the applications that you need them to run on your Windows machine is out of the box in your Linux Mint installation. If you want, you have some applications that are not installed by default, but you can install them, such as Skype and a lot of stuff like this. As you can see here, you also have an alternative to run applications from Windows without installing a virtual machine with VirtualBox using Wine. And also you have by default into the repository VirtualBox that you can install it and run it. You have a lot of options that you can use to custom your desktop. This is the update package manager, and this is the last slide, meaning that you have a lot of people that you can ask if you have problems, if you have questions, stuff like this. Okay, so the installation is working. As you can see here, the installation is stopped. Here you have the option to continue the testing or restart and go to your newly installed operating system. I will click the restart button. I've clicked on the close button first, so I will click the shutdown button. Okay, here I will click on the black window and press the enter key. Now click on your newly machine and click start. Close the VirtualBox infos. And as you can see here, you have Linux Mint inside your Linux Mint. I will click my username, and here I will type my password that I've used when I've installed my virtual operating system. Now I log into my computer. This is the info that you have to click to close. This is a startup info that Linux Mint is giving you by default. And that's it. I have Linux Mint inside Linux Mint. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.